Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching. My hands are a dye mess. I have a special treat that's going to be coming to my Ko-Fi page, or Ko-Fi, I don't know how to pronounce it. So I'm going to give you guys, and you'll have another video of what that's going to be, but let me tell you, it's really super cool. So I'll get that video done, I hope soon. I'm sorry for the delay in this. Unfortunately, I had a procedure yesterday, another tooth. I was with my daughter on Tuesday. Then tomorrow, Gary has a procedure. It's been just one of those weeks we hardly ever have things going on. So this is where I'm at with this piece. I kind of, my watch keeps telling me the time, and I don't know why. I think it's crazy. Anyways, so yours is going to look a little different. Like I had told you before, I do these to resell, so I don't want to keep doing the same one. This is all vintage silk that I had. This is really cool. This one here, and this is actually a silk as well. So I'm also going to be looking and hunting for more vintage stuff to put on my Ko-Fi page. The next one, I kind of wanted to pop in and show you. If you want to hand do this, by all means, you can hand sew it. But I'm going to do it the lazy way. And the only difference between the other one that we were working on, this one, and I didn't even get to do much more of it. So I'm going to do it the same way I did the other one. I'm going to get my trusty little pen, the one that irons off, and I'm just going to fold this in half and find the middle. Simple. Whoops. Simple when you have it folded right. All right, now I should have it folded properly. You know, stuff to do on camera. When you do stuff on camera, it's totally different. I tell you, it really is. Good, I think I got the middle here. I mean, you could even put your iron on and iron it, the crease, if you don't have these. But I love these. I highly recommend them. I really do. But they say you have to try them on each fabric because sometimes it doesn't erase off in some fabrics. So I don't know if I'd do it on my silk unless, like, this is going to be hidden. So if I take this and hide it, the inside, it's really not going to matter. So I can get the center of this as well. So what I think I'm just going to do is just a little dot right there, just so I can see. And a little dot. For me, I tend to, this is where I screw up. I don't make them even. It's not easy. So I have that. You can see, barely see it, but it's there. So then what I'll do is I'm able to line them up a little. And it's funny, this doesn't look as lined up because it might not be. But that's not too bad. So then I'll take this one and put it right on top. And guys, these aren't meant to be perfect. They're handmade. And that's what I kind of have to keep reminding myself. That we do these handmade, not machine made. So they're not supposed to look perfect. And half of the things that we see, nobody else will see. Trust me. Because I'll show my husband and I made a goof. And he's like, no, you didn't. And he's the same way with carpentry. I think any artist, and I consider him an artist too, because the work he does is unbelievable. So what I'm going to do, you get this idea. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stitch these down in my machine. I have a heavy duty machine. I don't suggest sewing this much unless you have a heavy duty. I don't want to see anybody ruining their machines and getting upset at me over it. So only if you have a heavy duty machine. So I'll be right back. So I have mine all sewed in and I trimmed off, I believe, the excess thread. And you know, I go back again after I do it and make sure that there isn't any excess threads. So we have this, our little book now, just like this. So our first thing we're going to do is whatever you'd like to do on page 1. So this is what you're going to have to decide. I gave you guys, and again, I'm picking through my stuff because I didn't pull anything for myself. So we're going to be making our pincushion. The thing you want to keep in mind is it's going to be bulky a little bit. So you want to find a page that you feel comfortable with having it a little bit bulky. So I may do this one on this page. Let me, I'm going to go and look through this and see what I feel is going to work best. What page? So I'll be right back. So I have so many doilies in here. I just want to see which one I like to fit best. That one's not too bad. That one's too big. I mean, I could use it and just have this hang over a little bit on the edges. So that's an option. That one's beautiful. And some of these are just too small. I keep my small ones in here just so they don't get lost. So I think that might be our best option. And I like this one, so I think I might use that. Now what I do is I take a piece of spare felt, and this might not even be big enough. I keep that in a bag as well. So let's see. And I trim a piece. You can use fabric, whatever. I believe I gave you enough felt in there to use. You just want to see which side is the right side for your doily. And you just kind of want to cut a circle. Or somewhat a circle. And again, this doesn't have to be perfect. And I keep saying that, but it really doesn't, because you're not going to see this piece. So if we put this piece here and this piece over it, see? I'm going to even trim this a little bit because it's going to be hard to work with like that. There. Unless I work with it going up in this direction, which I could do. Yeah, I think that's going to be the easiest to do. I got to be careful and watch which side is which. So now our next plan is going to be, we're just going to glue these just kind of like a half moon, maybe a little more. I have my glue. It's all stuck. So we're just going to take it and glue just a little bit. And we want to be able to have the room to stuff it. Any of you that ordered this past weekend on my Ko-Fi, I'm working on your orders. I've just, like I said, I don't know what end is up anymore. I'm looking forward to a boring day. I just want to make sure I have this stuck. And again, excuse my fingers. I've been dying all day. That doesn't sound good, but then once this dries, let me get my batting. You can use anything inside it. Somebody last time used walnut shells. I just think that those are great, but I think it might be a little too heavy. But if you're not using them, it's not that big, so maybe it won't be. But we're gonna just take this. It's not quite dry yet, so I'm gonna let that dry and go check on my my wash, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're just going to take this and we're going to stuff it in. But be careful because you don't want to pull off the felt. You can use, if I didn't give you an extra piece of felt, you can use fabric or anything. And if you have a doily that's more closed off, which, let's see, if I can show you one, you really may not need to put anything under it. I don't have one in front of me, but some of them have smaller holes. I'm already bursting a little here, so I'm going to have to glue that down. We can even use a glue gun as well. In fact, let me heat her up. I have too much stuff everywhere here, guys. Way too much. All right. Oh, put the stand down. Kickstand. Reminds me of a bicycle. So I think that's good for what I want, because you're only going to put, just to put a few little needles in. I'll just add a tad bit. Just to keep that side. And you don't want the book to buckle too much either. So I'm going to use the glue gun will be easier to glue. So as soon as that heats up, I'm impatient with this. It's not heated up yet. As soon as that gets hot enough, we'll close that off. I think it's warm now. So as I do this, I'm very careful not to burn myself. And I just kind of, I don't even know if this is coming out. Yeah, I think it might be. I just kind of work my way around, pushing that in, the stuffing in. I think I need another glue stick. I'm telling you, I need to be a little more organized. I'm so ADHD, it's crazy. But you know, I got along all these years fine. So I guess it's okay. And we tend to think outside the box. There, I think it's all right. And you just might want to go around it just a little bit, just to make sure it's secure. Yeah, because you don't want that stuffing coming out. There, so you have your little pincushion here. So then what I do, just make sure you have the right side, is I take this and I'll glue this down as well. So I'm going to glue this down from the center. And then just work my way around. And you don't need tons on here, just enough to keep it a little secure, so it's not moving about. And the beauty, like I said in the last video with the glue gun, is you just kind of can pull it off if you don't like how it came out. There, that's pretty good. I'm just going to secure this down just a little bit here, because I don't want this pulling up. Just put a little bit on those ends. If I pull this under here, it's going to make it so it doesn't fold. If I close the book. If not, you'll have it folding, which to me, I don't like. Makes it all wrinkly looking. I gotta tell you, I love this glue gun. And I've had a few people ask about it. Anything I use that I can readily get available, I put my Amazon link under it. And I am an Amazon affiliate, so I do get a little bit of money, but it's, believe it or not, it's like 1%, something crazy. But every little piece, every little bit helps, so I can get more stuff to do more videos. There. So you have this, and you want to find, I gave you guys a button to put in the middle. Let me figure out what I'm going to put in the middle, which one I'm going to put in the middle of mine. And I will be right back. And I need to re-glue, put another glue stick in. So I think I'm going to use one of these. These are exquisite. And I didn't leave enough push, I don't know what you want to call it, to add the one I gave you guys to use. So I kind of like that. What do you think? It kind of looks nice with this. And I don't even know what these are. If anybody knows, they might be mother of pearl. Let me see if I can hold them up so you can see. They're beautiful. I actually have some very old antique buttons. I mean, we're talking very old. And I need to clean them up and take a peek at them a little closer. There. So now you have your pincushion on here. Because let me see. I have any pieces here. So these basically are for your pins. And that's the same thing with the smaller one. You're going to glue down just the top. Just like this. You can use your Fabri-Tac glue. You can use your glue gun. And you can hand stitch it, whatever you want to do. This part's it's pretty easy to do. The hardest part is getting that cover down, I think. And we're going to make the pocket for the scissors. And because we have so much bulk in that beginning of the book, I'm going to do my scissors in the back. So the next one I'm going to do, and I'm going to try to cut this. You guys, I'm not quite sure if you got the same one or a different one with the holes. This is for your threads. So I tried to cut it strategically, so I have the 3. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm only going to do 2 rows of this. I have another trick up my sleeve that I want to do sooner than later. But, you know, I've got a few journals that I want to get done. And one of them is my daughter's baby book. And I have another one, and I want to show you guys. And I think what I'm going to do is do that one from start to finish with you. So you guys can get doing a journal from start to finish. So again, I'm just going to do a thin line. And with glue, you got to do this the glue gun, kind of fast. Try to do it without hurting my burning my fingers. Oh, do I have it on the wrong way? I think I do. So I'm going to glue these on, and I'll be right back. That one's all done. So you want it so it swings up, so you can put your threads on there. Now, if you really wanted to, I gave you guys quite a bit of laces, and if you have extras too, you feel free to use them. You could always add something across the top to give it more a decorative look. Let's see what I have here. So you could add something like this. You could add something like this. And what I do is I do the basics. I'll go down and put everything down. Then I'll go back and see what I want, what else I want to put down. So here we're going to do a pocket. So I got to pull out something that I want to use for another pocket. I have this piece. Maybe I'll use this. I love this. So let me see if there's anything else that I have that I can use. I decided to use this as a pocket, and I'm going to just try to trim down a little bit of this. This was actually a part of a table runner, I think, and I trimmed it down. So I trimmed down a lot of my stuff to use. So on this side, I'm going to put a belly band on here. I'm going to put the pocket here. Just see if I have that cut good. Cut well. Getting just a hair off. See, you can always cut off, but you can't add on. So remember that. You want to make this so it's a pocket. So you just want to go all the way down the edge, just like this. And the same thing with the bottom. But with the glue gun, you kind of have to do it in pieces because it dries so fast. I just hope that the glue gun lasts 50 years, but I guess if it doesn't, then there'll be another glue that when we're not here and we pass these down that they'll use to fix it. Or who knows, maybe they'll take it apart and there'll be a different thing that they do. And then I'm just gonna, with this, I'm just gonna go down because I don't wanna, I want to get that in that corner. And then just push it in. There. And again with this, we can always decorate this after. I believe I gave you quite a bit of little things to decorate with. You know, I can't remember. I'm doing so many of these sets. But again, we'll deal with that decorating after. I just want to get you guys to get the basics done. And then I'm going to need a belly band for over here, which this is kind of cute because then I could always, yeah, I like that. I could always add something decorative. I think what I gave you guys to use as a belly band is this, which is cute too, but I kind of like how this matches this. So that's what I'm going to use. And again, I'm going to kind of try to strategically cut this so it shows the 3. Side, that's the back. And I can actually, again, add something across the top to decorate it later. So I'm just gonna, like I did before, just go along the edge. Push that down. Whoop. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side that I did, just so it tacks down easier in that corner. And push it in with the spatula. There we go. And if you didn't want a belly band, you could do another pocket too. This is small enough that you could do another pocket. You could use the lace for a pocket too. There. And again, I can always add a smaller lace if I wanted to decorate the top. I have so many different pieces of different laces. And I'm sure most of you do too. I'm sure most of you do as well. So we can make it so it goes up. We'll play around with that after. The next page, and I have my pockets here. Most of these are the same. Like I said, the only thing that isn't the same is this one right here. And with this, with the other ones I did, I want to show you. This one, I keep hitting this thing. See, here's one right here. I put a mother of pearl right there. And I think that's felt in there. And then here's the other one I did. I actually put some lace down under it first, just to give it a different look. And glued that lace down and then put the doily on top of it, which actually worked really well. So the next is going to be the scissors, the scissor holder. So I got to find the best doily for that. Here we go. See, I gave you guys, I went through yours and gave you guys kind of the best ones for it. Let's see. And what I do is I do this on purpose, just, that one might not be too bad. To try to make it easier on you guys. That actually, I kind of like that. So I think I'm going to use that. And what I'm going to do is, I want to keep something in here to keep it from sealing itself. I'll show you. So I'm gonna, I should make sure I'm in frame. I'm gonna put this down here. And this is the tricky part, I find. I think it's tricky to do these, because you want to make it so the scissors fit. There. And you don't want too much of a hole in the bottom, but we will use, and I can see if I can gather that a little bit more. There. Kind of like that. We're going to use, again, some scraps for the inside. So let me find a little scrap piece. Because basically what you want to do is, your scissors are going to be very sharp. And if you don't have a cover for your scissors, it's going to make it so they go right through the bottom. And you don't want to do that. You want the point to be here. So you're going to kind of make an ice cream cone. So you see what I'm doing? I'm taking this. This takes me a few minutes every time I do it. And you're going to tack it right down here. Just like this. You can use your Fabri-Tac. You can use your glue. But you want this end to be pretty closed off. But you want enough room so your scissors, your little scissors have room. So let's glue that down. And again, if it doesn't work the way I want it to, we can always pull it apart. And the one thing with the glue gun, you can kind of fill space. With the glue gun, so things don't come out. Yes, of course I'm burning. Making a mess of this. There. And this is going to be inside, so you're not even going to see it. But there's no hole in there now. And then what I do is I just trim this top to make it look more like an ice cream cone. There. And then I'll take this, and this is going to go inside here, so you want to make sure it's covered like this. Then we'll take our final page. I got stuff sticking all over me. And let's glue this in here first. And then we can kind of deal with putting a little more glue on the sides, like that. And if you have, your scissors are bigger, then by all means, kind of test with your scissors beforehand. I know I have small ones. I buy them, quite a few of them. So when I sell them, I can put, I can put scissors inside them. And you want to move this down as far as possible, because when you put your scissors in, they're going to go on the top. So we're going to move that down. See? Let me show you. See how that is? Right down to the end. Let's see. Oops, right down to the end. And this one's a little bigger than the one I'm using, but it's okay. It's still going to work. And just glue it down, right down center to the bottom. And just make sure you're not gluing that hole for your scissors to go in. And then just go along the edges and glue it down. Just so it's secure. Yeah. And then what I like to do is add something in the middle to offset it. And we have that ribbon in your kit too that you're going to use for the top of it. So I'm just going to glue this flap down just a little bit more on here. Oof. Why did I do that? Burn, baby, burn. So I'm very sticky now, gluey. So I'm going to go and wash my hands down, and I'm going to check my lace that I have that I'm working on. And again, I'm going to do a separate video to show you ladies what I'm working on. Oh my gosh, I'm super excited. So let me go and wash my hands down, and then we'll do the ribbon part, and you have your basics down. And I will do another video on the decorating. I don't like these to drag too long. Okay, so I have my ribbon here. And you're going to just put your ribbon right about there. And your ribbon is basically going to hold your scissors in place. And you're not going to see the glue. You just put a dab there, just to hold it. And I'll show you what it looks like. Gosh, I'm hoping I remembered everything in your kits. You ever second guess yourself? I know I gave you the main structure of it. Oy, oy, oy. Let me go grab my scissors and let that dry. Okay, these are my scissors. And I just kind of work this in so it fits. And then you're just going to take them and put them through the finger part. What they call the top of the scissors. I'm telling you. And that'll keep it so it doesn't fall out. So see, you're not even going to see where we glued unless the person takes the scissors out. But this keeps them secure, and then you put a bow there. And that keeps it so they don't break, fall through, or whatever, through the bottom. And you tie a bow in that. So basically, that is the basics. And once, you got to give me a few days for us to work on this. And I'm thinking next week, because I've got a few things I've got to get done. And I want to film my new stuff that I'm going to be showing. So why don't you give me, say, Monday or Tuesday for me to do the final filming on the decorating of this. You guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and give me the thumbs up. Bye-bye.